Carvana lowballing my Toyota Tacoma? This can't be right. Good morning, everybody. How are you today? Pretty good here, and that's right. It seems that Carvana is lowballing my Toyota Tacoma. Now, what am I doing? Well, I'm not really looking to sell my Tacoma, but I saw a post out on social media today, and somebody was talking about their 2019 Tacoma with like 30,000 miles. And they went out to Carvana, plugged in the information, and got an estimate to buy of $42,000 some odd dollars. So I thought, wow, that sounds pretty good for a 2019 with 30-some thousand miles. Not too bad. And it wasn't a pro, by the way. I think it was an off-road. So I thought, for kicks, I'm going to plug in my information and see what Carvana offers me for the blue unicorn. So just to let you know, first of all, I've got the sticker here. I'm just going to tell you what's on it a little bit, just so you know what we're dealing with. Nothing too detailed, but it is a 2020 TRD off-road. It has the advanced technology package. It has the rear sensors. It has the LED lights, bed lights, power lock. It has everything on it. Leather seats, heated seats. It is a four-wheel drive, and it is a manual transmission. Now, I ran it both ways because I was curious. What's the pricing for an automatic versus the pricing of a manual? And the reason I did that, one, I wanted to see if there was a difference, but two, everybody always says that manuals are worth so much more because they're harder to get. People want the manuals, which I have disagreed with many times. So anyway, what was the sticker? The sticker on my truck was let's make sure I get this right, $42,778. You guys can see it, it's right there. $42,778. So I go out to Carvana. Now that's not what I paid for. I didn't pay sticker, but that's what it stickers for. So I go out to Carvana, I plug in all my information, and I went with the manual transmission first. Their estimate was $39,861. What? $39,861? That's $2,917 less than what I paid for it. That doesn't sound right. Now, I thought, okay, like I said, I'll put in the automatic version. Let's see if it's worth anything different. And it was. Not a lot. The price from them for an automatic was $40,049. So that's a difference of $188. So it's not like it was a huge difference, right? But a difference nonetheless. Now, there's a couple things with Carvana. First of all, I live in extreme South Texas. If I wanted to sell my truck to them, my Tacoma, I would have to drive 50 miles to meet them in between. That's what it says on their site because they have no hub near me. Now, because of where I live, and I think the pricing that you get is highly dependent upon where you live, right? I may check later on, different video just to see. I'll plug in some different geographic locations and zip codes to see, but I think it matters. And, down here where I am, prices are lower anyway in extreme South Texas. So I think if, for example, I was in the Midwest or maybe in California, New York, something like that, obviously the price would be higher because Carvana would try to resell it at a higher amount, I suppose. But they do claim that they will ship these all over the place. Now, you're going to pay for shipping, and I suspect that probably makes up the difference if indeed they're going to jack the price up based on where you live. But it was pretty shocking to me. I'm hearing a lot from people out there about what they're either paying or seeing or getting for their used trucks, right? This $42,000 that somebody posted, and they did put a picture of the Carvana offer. I realize you could fake that, forge that, whatever, but still, $42,000 some odd dollars. And I'm hearing this a lot. I'm hearing that the prices of used Tacomas is almost, and in some cases higher than what you can buy a new one for. And that's just supply and demand, I suppose, right? I mean, if you can't get one, obviously the used ones that are out there are going to be worth more money if people are willing to pay for them. But it was just shocking to me that my 2020 with really low miles, I mean, this truck probably has below, I think it's 3,000 miles, something like that on it. So it's brand new, basically, right? Now, before anybody says, oh, you never drive your truck. Well, that's because I split driving time with the other truck. You know, when you have two, you don't put as many miles on either one, right? And that's the case with these two. And I will say the Jeep Gladiator is my daily driver, so it gets more miles on it than the Tacoma does anyway. But nonetheless, I would have suspected that the buyout for my Tacoma would have been at least what supposedly the buyout was for a 2019 with 30,000 miles. Just doesn't make sense to me. Now, some people might say that, well, that's because your truck is so new that there's depreciation involved, blah, blah, blah. But that's the same case with the 2019, right? I mean, the depreciation's already factored in, I guess, and that wouldn't make the price of the truck higher. Not in my opinion. I just can't see any reason for that. Now, maybe the 2020s back when I got mine was overpriced. I don't know. At $42,778. I certainly didn't see that or wasn't aware of that when I bought it. Pricing on it seemed fair to me, and I did build it. So it's not like it's a truck that was somehow brought in and priced up. And by the way, there were no additions. You can see this is the right side of the sticker. There were no additions on this. You know, sometimes dealers will add things like protection packages and things like that. None of that was on my truck, so that did not contribute to the price. Now, one other thing I do want to mention, and this will be another thing I'm going to have to check later on, but there was a box on Carvana that you could check if your truck has been modified. And I've always said on the channel that a non-modified truck is worth more money to a dealer, in this case Carvana, than a modified truck. Because you see, the dealer doesn't want a truck that's going to come in with all kinds of things on it that people may not want. It makes the truck less attractive to the masses. It narrows the field of buyers, right? Because you may have things on that truck that people simply don't want. So they're not worth as much to the dealer. They may even have to spend money taking those parts off, maybe putting it back to stock, so that's going to reduce their profit, right? Makes sense. So I wouldn't be surprised if checking that box did indeed make a difference, and the fact that the truck is modified, you know, suspension, things like that, it's not heavily modified as far as anything mechanical or anything like that. But I do suspect that that had something to do with it. We'll check that out. There's a lot of other variables that can go into this, of course, and I'll run through all of them later. But I just wanted to get on here kind of first thing after I just did it and let you guys know what I saw. So I'm not so convinced that used Tacomas are going for these huge prices that people say they are. I mean, maybe they're taking them in and they're trading them and the dealer is giving them a lot for their truck, but they're also jacking up the price of the new truck, right? So in the end, it offsets. You think you got a ton of money for your truck, but in the end, you really broke even, I guess, and that it's a wash. I don't know. Leave a comment, let me know. If you've experienced this, if you've actually sold your truck and gotten big money out of it because of the shortage, I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, if you're interested, I have 2 additional channels. RobMotive JT, all about my 2020 Jeep Gladiator. And RobMotive Civic, about my experiences with the Honda Civic Type R and the Honda Civic Sport Hatch. Check them out, and if you like them, why not subscribe? Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.